Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Angelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. It is illegal to make a false copyright claim, and such actions may lead to our party seeking compensation for losses. This video was created and published by the Mother-Daughter-ish show in their personal capacity. The opinion.
If you've never been on a road trip, then you probably are wondering what's so fascinating about a road trip. But as you can see with the photos that we've provided, road trips can really be fun. Have you ever liked road trips, or was there a time you didn't like road trips, Angie?
I don't think so, because we did them like since we were little, like going to SeaWorld and stuff. So it was kind of not really being used to it. It was kind of tradition to do every...
I really used to think I didn't like road trips, anything over 4 hours. And my very first time being in a car, me and your grandma, we went to French Lick, Indiana. That was a gajillion miles. At least it seemed like it.
Yeah.
But after that road trip, I decided, you know what? I can ride anywhere I want to. I can go anywhere I want to. We took a road trip to Taos, New Mexico. That's Taos, New Mexico. We ate at a restaurant called Antonio's. We just kind of get to places, and then we try to figure out what we want to do, what we want to see, what we want to eat. We make sure we take pictures so you can see we were literally there. So it's one of those things that we like to discover things. We like to meet new people, and there's just never a time that we don't meet people. And isn't it funny that we always meet people from our hometown?
Literally. And it'd be so like around the corner, literally.
Around the corner. If you ever get a chance to go to Taos, New Mexico, definitely try out some of the restaurants, because a lot of the restaurants they look kind of mom and pop-ish. I mean, we've eaten at some that, you know, look like little Casa Olay type of restaurants that you would see in Mexico. But then we've eaten at some that just look like a little house on the side of the road. So it's kind of interesting. You have any comments on road tripping, Peyton? You like
make sure you have snacks. That's really what it's all about. But yeah, I do love road trips. Yeah, I like looking at the scenery.
Road trips, good music, and some good podcasts queued up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I heard
the longest I've been on is 20 hours.
Oh, gosh.
Longest road trip.
Really?
Wow. Was there ever a time you hated road trips, Peyton?
No.
And I think her reason is because what you said, when y'all were little, we always went places on road trips and stuff. So, somewhere. So, yeah, I always felt like I didn't want to get the little kids on an airplane, because kids act up when they're on a plane. And so I didn't want the people looking at me weird. But we got to our hotel and we got checked in. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but Hilton has acquired Hampton. So when I booked the hotel at the Hilton, when we got there, I didn't see the name. We were a little bit confused, but then we did see a little sign. I'll tell you a little tip, like what we're doing right now. When you get to a hotel, always look for the little kiosk that has all the things to do, because it'll tell you things to do in the next couple of states even over. Because like here in New Mexico, they had a lot of stuff about Texas, a lot of stuff about Lubbock and different places. So what was your most fun thing about this road trip this time?
I would have to say... I would say the scenery coming in, like seeing mountains and stuff. This is my first road trip seeing like actual snow.
Yeah, and the reason is because you weren't living at home and you had your own life in a whole nother city. So it's like when we were jumping up to go, you weren't there.
Yeah.
So you didn't get a chance to go, which is so funny because I really thought you went to the first ski trip. This is my 6th. So the first year we went to Colorado. The second year we went to Park City, Utah. The 3rd year, Park City. 4th year, Park City. 5th year, me and Peyton went to Denver last year. And then this year, New Mexico. So I'm just going to start going to different places. I'm not going to tie myself down to one area. I'm already got the list of all the other places that are really good for road tripping. And I've just basically been going through them. I'm actually going to be going through them today and just looking at what it has to offer. I really like the little villages. Do you prefer a big village or a little village?
I don't think I've really just seen them like that, but
You don't
maybe
really
a little
care.
one. Maybe a little one.
Yeah, I like a little one because it's more quaint, more family oriented, a little bit more quiet. You don't have to worry about all the hot parties and all that stuff. You don't have to worry about a lot of things that you do. And the funny thing is we're here during spring break, and I just love the fact that it's not all wild and crazy. Because typically during the winter, I would have wanted to go to like Miami or something like that, but we've gone to Miami now twice. So
especially during the winter, last December.
Yeah, we used to love to go to Destin, Destin, Florida. So that's another tip. If you ever get a chance to want to go to a nice little quiet family-oriented beach area, go to Destin, Florida. It's really, really awesome. But Peyton is right about having those snacks in the car because, you know, you're riding along and there's not a lot of scenery. There's beautiful scenery, but not a lot to see but the same mountains and trees. Yeah. Well, if you got some popcorn in the car, some crackers in the car, some wheat thins or something. When y'all were little, we used to cook food and bring it, like fried chicken, and keep it in the car, or have sandwich stuff to make sandwiches and have chips and all of that stuff. So I will say anybody who is going, even if you go by yourself, because I've been on road trips. I drove from Katy, Texas to San Diego. That was 27-something hours. I stopped over, of course, in El Paso. But if you don't have snacks, you get really bored quick because you don't want to do all that stopping. We kind of limit ours to what? Gas run and a bathroom run. Yep.
Yeah, and every time we got gas, we used the bathroom. So that was
bathroom run and the gas run, and that's pretty much it. And there's not a lot of time to just be stopping along saying I need a bag of chips and all of this stuff because there's really just no time for it. So check out the scenery that we're showing you right now because it really is. I'm not even kidding. And I've seen so many different sceneries. I mean, all over the world, not just in America, but I'm just saying. In the United States of America, we have so much beautiful scenery. If you like nature, it's even better because you'll get to see a lot of trees. How many deer did we see?
I only saw 2.
Yeah, so we get to see deer, and I never forget one night in Park City, we went to the Park City Zoo, and the deer were just in the road like, y'all are not coming to the zoo today. Peyton was like, okay, just put the car in park, and we just waited.
And in Missouri?
Yeah, like we just put the car in park and just waited because we were like, okay, I mean, what else are we going to do? We can't scare them or go around them.
How long did y'all wait?
Oh, about 5-10 minutes.
Oh.
They just were sitting there, but it was a family of them, and I don't know what you call a family of deer, but it was like big ones, little ones, old ones. I mean, it was just... And I was like, well, the zoo is right over there. Why don't they go toward, like, the animals? But they were in the street, like, saying, no, we're not letting no more cars come into the zoo. But, again, the reason I think I like quaint little towns is because you get to see houses, like what you're seeing right now on the screen, little buildings that you see on the screen, which, to us, we may look at that and go, oh, that's not a lot. Like, today when we were, and you saw, like, the little 2-story houses made out of stucco. It's like we would never have, like, that type of house, you know, in Houston or something, but I actually enjoy seeing them because the first thing that comes to my mind is, okay, these people have probably retired from the big city and now they're out, you know, in a whole nother area where they don't have to be bothered with the traffic, the hustle and bustle, working, you know, going out to work or anything. They could just work from home and do whatever they want. I think the other thing that makes me excited about traveling is it doesn't matter how many pictures you take, they don't do it any justice.
That's what I said today.
It just doesn't do it justice. Like the experience you had today was brand new, which they'll see here going toward the end of the video. It doesn't know justice. So my reason that I like to take a lot of pictures is because I want to at least remember I did it.
Right.
And then my mind will bring back the nostalgia of the way that it was. Because, like, look at this sky. Look at this sky. Yeah. The sky looks so fake. At one while, we never even saw any blue part of the sky. It was only clouds, and it was like, that's kind of weird. There's nothing but whiteness up there. There was no cloud or anything. But once we got our bags down, and rested a little bit, we were excited because the next day, of course, we had an opportunity to go snowmobiling. My winter trip is all about getting out to get that one little, I figure I'll take one for the team, because, you know, I don't like cold weather. But it's like I'll take one for the team for the activity, because as soon as I got on,
pretty okay though, yeah.
But as soon as I got on that snowmobile, it was just like, this is what I want to do every year. So why would I sit here and complain?
It wasn't unbearable at all.
It wasn't unbearable. My gloves got warmed up real good on the machine. But my thing is that because I live in Houston and I don't get a white winter, and because I don't have anywhere I could go, you know, quickly and get on a snowmobile, because there is great scenery if you especially go up to the hill country in Austin, or if you go to other places, there's beautiful, you go to Big Bend, there's beautiful places we can go to in Texas, but there's just not a lot that we can go up to 1,000 feet and see more snow than we've seen on TV this whole year. How'd you feel when the snow was hitting your face? Like, just when it started, like I don't know if you remember, but when we were going through one little area, like a powder of snow just came.
Shaking off the trees and stuff.
Oh, I thought that was so cool.
My face was getting pretty numb.
I kept getting snow on my eyelashes.
Yeah, me too, because I gave Peyton my glasses so she could see. One of us would have had to pair anyway, because I couldn't see.
I wasn't going to be able to see, so when I told him that, he said, you got to take your glasses off.
You did?
He told me I had to. He said, because you have to be able to see.
Oh.
Unless you want to jump on the back of me. And I was like, no, you like that. But I took the glasses off, and I could see so good and clear.
It's just those flakes.
And I pulled my jacket hat down, and so it kept the snow from getting right on me. But there were certain areas where it was hitting, but I had to keep blinking. I was probably, if somebody saw how much I was blinking, they would say, okay, she's
wiping my eyes, because I was like, I'm going to have icicles and eye boogers before
Exactly. And then every time we stopped to take a break, I took it and I took my tissue out of my pants, which was completely wet from the snow, and I would wipe my eye, and I said, okay, I can see good, because I did not. My goal when I'm snowmobiling is not to hit the person in front of me. It's just like when we go ATV riding in Mexico or wherever we go. Yeah. My goal is never to hit the person in front of me. I don't know. I feel like that's so insulting. Like when your brother, I took him to Mexico, and the first thing he did was hit the back of my thing, and I was just like, if we were in a car, I'd be so ticked off that you hit the back of my car. Plus, if you damage those machines, they cost a lot of money. But if you had to name 3 things that you're discovering that you love about traveling now, whether it's road trip, flight, whatever, what would be those 3 things that you discovered? And then I'll tell you mine.
I mean, I would say a new place, period, something new.
Mm-hmm.
Trying new foods for sure.
Mm-hmm. Whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
Because there are places we've gone, you know, they use that word hit or miss. We've gone to some misses. We ain't gonna name none, but we've gone to some hit or miss. So just being in a different scenery, trying new food, and what else?
And I like going on TikTok, like, and putting like things to do in whatever city we might end up in, and it'd be some good hits on there.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Well, I would say for me, traveling is I like meeting people.
Yeah.
I like discovering other people who have a excitement for seeing the world like me. I'm not so excited about trying new foods. I mean, you could just give me a little cracker and some peanut butter and I'd be happy, because I'd rather do that than get sick or not like something or have an adverse reaction to something. So other than meeting new people, I do like the adventure of it all. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just talking about the car part of it. I'm talking about the getting to the destination to do whatever it is that you're going to do. And if I had to say number 3, I would say it's the planning process. I like the planning process. I like okay, here's where I want to go. And then, because like my process is like this. Here's where I want to go. Book the hotel. If it's a flight, book the flight. If it's in the road, I get excited because I don't have to have a certain luggage account. Yeah. Then my process is, let's find everything there to do. So I'll usually go where it says, like, I like when it says like 30 things to do in a certain place. Because then I know out of 30, I'm going to find at least 8 or 9.
True.
Then from there, it's like, okay, whoever's going along, then let them get their self together. And then the last thing I start thinking about is what I'm going to wear and all that stuff. Because by that time, I've checked the weather good enough that I can kind of get a gauge on what it is. Check those gas prices out. $4.15 for regular. $5.19 for diesel. Can you believe that? So right now, that's the only thing I'm not liking about that. So from Katy, Texas to Taos, New Mexico, that's about $230 in gas. So the way I rationalize that is if we had to buy flight tickets, the flight tickets would have been $300 each. So that's $900 total. So if it's $900 total, tell us, you can close the door. If it's $900 total, then we would have still had to get here and rent a car. And the airport was an hour and a half away from where we were going, right? Yeah. So we still saved a ton of money not having to fly here. I know most people don't rationalize it like that, but I do, because I add everything up of what money I spend. And the other reason I add up what money I spend on a road trip is so that when I get ready to go somewhere else that's that far, I can say, okay, we need this much money to do this, right? So as you can see on the pictures, like I said, there's not a lot to see. But I do like that we had a really good open road, right?
Yeah.
We saw a few police officers, but I mean, we didn't have no problem with them. I know I've been gone through some of these places and have been stopped, never given a ticket, but it's always a little bit of a warning. I do like the trading of the driving, so that one can drive a little bit of length of time, and then another one can drive a little bit of length of time. So as you can see, we're going to be coming up to the photos of the activities that we did, and then also you'll see some great pictures of some food that we had. The name of the restaurant we went to today was what? Pisano's. And it's funny because that particular restaurant had already been referred to us by someone that we're doing an activity with as well. So you'll see the name up on the screen here in just a little bit. I took a lot of pictures of just different cities that we went through to get to where we're going, and as you can see, that probably was the highlight of that particular city, like the little water tanks and all of that stuff. I saw maybe 2 or 3 things that I wish I would have got out and took a picture with, but didn't. But you see, I think this time right here, this was Peyton's turn to drive. No, Angie's turn to drive. Peyton drove first, I drove second, Angie drove the final way, and then Peyton drove it on into it. So we kind of took turns as, one could sleep or rest or whatever. The next photo that you're going to see is really just us taking a picture at the first restaurant that we went to. We had to sit at the bar because there was so many people at the bar. This is our day of snowmobiling. As you can see, we had a great time. Again, the pictures will do it no justice, so don't try to look So that was just a little bit of excitement that we had out there. What was your most fun thing about out there? Because it was cold as heck.
I think getting footage of everything. That's why I wasn't minding sitting in the back of Peyton. Cause
I actually wish I would have sat on the back of somebody's because I've never done it. Usually I have my little monkey bar thing where I could put my camera on, but I left it, and now I just discovered it's in my backpack. I never thought to even look in there, but that's how I usually get all my pictures of me actually driving the mobile. Here's some more pictures. The snowmobile instructors were very, very, very informational. I like that they were very 1, 2, 3, very precise, what to do, what not to do, the safety. If you have not gone snowmobiling, at least do it once in your life. I was not excited about doing it until I got excited about doing it. It was like, oh no, it's going to be cold. Those machines are very, very heavy. They are not lightweight. They're almost like driving a Harley, and we all know a Harley is 3,000 pounds. I had a friend whose husband had a Harley, and every time he'd get on it, he'd fall because it was so heavy that he really, literally could not handle. So they're very heavy. They're sturdy, but you just got to be so careful with them because they can really be painful. And the scenery of when Angie got to video. And just look at the roads and how the roads are out there. You have to be really careful. You don't know, sometimes you'll get stuck or just put you.
The window right here. Let me open this. Hold on.
Did you think it was weird that when we got there and we got in our group of people that every single person was from Texas?
Not really, but it was cool.
Remember when we used to drive to Florida and we would see all the Texas cars going to Florida? Mm-hmm. I can understand that because, be cold and you want to get to the winter, but with that being my 6th time doing it, that has never happened with every single person. It usually would be maybe 2 or 3 Texans, and then the rest would be, people from other places. But check out our pictures. We really had a great time. I hope y'all save these pictures and y'all look back on them and say, man, I can't believe I did that, or that was fun. But that was our crew that we got a chance to snowmobile with. It was really, really good. Everybody was really nice. I haven't run into anybody that wasn't nice. Yeah, that makes a difference.
I feel like this is probably like kind of a tourist area too, so it would be kind of messed up if it was.
Yeah, I think so too. People that's rude, it's like, what are you doing? We're all here to kind of do the same thing. So we just have a few more videos for you.
The window right here. Let me open this. Hold on.
All right, I'll go ahead and finish out the video, but I do want to share some more pictures for you. Any last words, Angie?
I just definitely gotta do this again, or at least once a year. I see why y'all gone 11,000 times.
Yeah, you gotta get in on the travel, because that's just in my blood at this point. You've known it from when you were a kid, but it's really good to know it now. Again, Taos, Taos, New Mexico. Actually, the way I finished it, the way I figured out about New Mexico is that I was on an airplane with a guy in 2015, and he and his husband were sitting next to me, and they were telling me that they had a house up in the mountains, and he said, if you ever want to go skiing, come stay with us. And I was like, dude, I just met you 5 minutes ago. But he convinced me in 2015 that I had to come to New Mexico, and I had proposed this a few times before, because really never could do it, but I'm so glad now. Sound like a helicopter, huh? Alright, and to end out the video, we're basically going to just show you a little bit around the town, but then also just give you a glimpse on some of that good food. So look, if you're hungry right now, you might not want to watch the end of the video, because it's going to make you even hungrier. So that was at Pisano's. That looks good. Cheese bread was good. The garlic bread that they gave me with my food was really good. Peyton had buffalo wings. Angie had pizza. I'm gonna tell you, I really like the way that pizza looked, because that crust, to me, it's all about the crust. If you get the crust right, I pretty much can stand any video. And I want to give you a little yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the video, and thank you for looking at our show for today. We just wanted to talk to you a little bit about road tripping and share with you our